All right, so let's take a look at another one that you have with us today. A little shinier, similar in design, but it obviously has some different traits to it. Some extremely unique stringer work right there that is probably functional. It looks like it'd be hard to work with though.
Well, this board's basically kind of the same style outline as the other board. Rocker and everything's pretty close to the same, a little bit less, a little flatter coming out through the tail. This is just somebody kind of asked about this stringer design, so it's kind of just a basic, what they call sort of triple A, or where it comes off of the tail and off of the rails at about 25 inches.
Kind of a wide wedge kind of a pattern.
Just kind of different, you know, but it is a little bit harder to shape, but it's not too bad. It's just as the stringers kind of come off of the rails here.
Yeah, you have to line them up as well.
Yep.
You know, and I know you. I mean, you know, they have to be symmetrical, and sometimes you're working with a blank or so forth that comes to you and the blank itself isn't symmetrical.
That's...
You know, people always think that you get a blank, right, and it's just, okay, it's a perfect canvas, let's mow it.
Yep.
They don't realize that oftentimes there's big flaws in the blanks, or there's stringer issues in blanks, bad
absolutely.
foam.
Yep.
And all that has to be taken into consideration when you're building a board, at least when you're crafting a board.
Absolutely. I mean, it's you gotta keep it true as best you can, you know, the whole way through.
Yeah.
This one is just the twin fin, and like Bird mentioned earlier, that the fins in the one that we just looked at basically fit into here. So you've taken this fin and kind of split it apart, and
more area on this particular fin, probably a little bit more initial drive.
A little bit, you know, and then the solid all base there, and it's just a little different riding board than that one. It's a little smoother.
We get double foil these too, huh?
Yeah, these are double foiled.
And that's probably pretty much a normal type of a thing, I would think, for most keel fin type of boards.
Right.
Would be to have that double foil. Like, in my opinion, I think it gives you a little bit more drive and a little bit more direction.
And we just kind of brought them around kind of a half moon and then kind of wrapped them back around so they kind of had a little bit more of a keel effect.
Right. And those fins are made by Rick again, I'm assuming.
Yep. Rick made these fins. They're, again, a real nice job.
What about that cool logo on there? Is that just an actual laminate?
This is just kind of a hand-drawn agave logo that we came up with. We made a little template to do the outline, and I'm not really the best artist, but then I kind of just fill it in and just...
So we're working off of a basic template, but everything else that goes on the inside is just another extension of your creativity. Let the pan do the wandering.
As best as I can do it.
There you go. Is this a custom board for somebody?
This is a custom board. This is going over to Japan. And this is polished, glassed with Volan glass. You know, it's kind of got a lot of the...
Yeah, the cut laps on it are nice. Let's take a look over these cut laps here. The way they wrap and give you that really kind of more of a traditional look. It seems like weight isn't as big of a factor on some of these types of boards as it is to some people.
Right.
You know, nowadays, quite a few people are going for the ultralight epoxies or whatnot, but on some of the boards that I've seen from you and other guys, weight is sometimes a benefit, a little bit more inertia.
Absolutely.
Depending upon what you want out of it.
Absolutely.
And again, this appears to me to just be a driving, kind of a gliding board with a straighter outline.
Yeah.
And that type of a fin setup on it.
Now, I have ridden one like this as well as the quad, and it's a real fun board too. It just has a little bit different feel, you know. The quad's, again, a little bit better backside. And
you throw a tail block on that too there, Bob?
We did. We threw a nice little tail block on here. It's kind of angled to go with the stringer. Right. All of this wood is basically we find in the trash receptacle behind our facility there, and a lot of people will cut apart old decks or throw away, you know, window sills that are made out of the old heart redwood, and this stuff you can't really buy anymore, and it looks terrible when you get it, but you cut into the middle of it and it's just all really straight grained, beautiful wood. I mean,
no knots.
No knots. It's just really nice.
The color's pure.
It's nice and real dark. If you go to some of our lumber places and buy redwood today, it's real hard to find wood that looks like this.
Most of it's white, almost indistinguishable from pine.
Absolutely.
A lot of the times.
Absolutely. It's
one more unique feature in there that probably most people won't even know. Even the guy who got the board, you know, all these little things that go in the boards. I like to call them grail boards because they're obviously one-off, but they're the kind of board that, you know, 20, 30 years from now, more than likely they're going to still be around and they'll still tell the same story then that they tell right now, which is I mean, one of the beauties of surfboards, you know, they're all pretty much a piece of a work of art when they're in the handcrafted stage such as this, and it represents a piece in the time and, you know, in the surfboard's existence. These ones, some of the old, some of the new.